If I'm going to make fun of anyone, I make sure I go in on myself 10 times harder.
My hands are like freezing cold. I'm excited.
Oh, is that how you get excited? You freeze?
I'm freezing.
I love it. Okay.
Joe Coy was on with us not that long ago. We had him on the Zoom.
Yep.
And he said, you know what? When I'm coming to town to play the Garden for the first time, I'm going to come on your show.
You did say it.
And so he's playing Madison Square Garden tomorrow night, part of the New York City Comedy Festival. And he's here.
Are you nervous with your cold hands?
I'm nervous because
I see your nipples. You are excited.
I love Joe Coy. And I love his specials. I love what he stands for. I just love everything about him. Let's see what he's all about. Please welcome to the show, Joe Coy.
Hey!
There he is. Yay!
You gonna hug me?
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God. I love that you're here.
Oh, I love it. I'm so happy.
I love that
You're in person.
I'm here. I love that sweatshirt.
Thank you.
Oh, you want to see a great sweatshirt? Look what my friend Gandhi gave me for last Christmas gift that just came in today. It's my Santa Claus penis sweatshirt.
Wait, do you want to wear this at the Garden?
I'll wear it, yeah. For sure. Oh, wait, that's me.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, you lean a little to the left.
Yeah. The girthy one. The girthy one. They always say girthy when they describe me.
I know, because girth is where it's at,
That's
man.
always,
Joe,
Joe's got a lot of girth. That's what they say to me. That's what they say.
It is a compliment.
Yeah.
This is Gandhi.
Hello.
Hi, Gandhi.
And also in Jacksonville is Froggy.
Oh, hey, what's up?
How's it going, man?
And this is Danielle.
I know.
Producer Scary and
Yes.
Nate and Deanna. And we're all here.
It's a whole team.
It's a team of
Yeah, this is an operation.
It is. Good
Everyone's got girth. Everyone's got
No, I
good
don't.
girth. Oh, you don't?
I do.
Length or girth. I got neither one.
I got
no
girth.
girth.
That's my man boobs. Hey, so the Garden tomorrow night.
Can you believe it?
Is this your first time at the Garden?
Yeah, first time ever.
Okay, you said to us, I will never ever play the Garden unless I'm on stage doing my work or I'm a New York Knicks player. You're not going to go to the Garden unless you're working.
No, I didn't want to go to a Knick game. I didn't want to go to a concert or anything. Yeah, I didn't want to step foot unless I was on stage, either performing for my show or part of a show or something.
So wait, you've never been in there?
No. I mean, I did promo just recently, but it was emptied out. But I mean, that was my first time physically in. But I didn't want to go in for anything.
Wow.
He's not going to go. Joe Coy's not going to do the Garden unless it's his Garden.
Yeah.
And you flew your entire family in.
They're all here.
How many Coys will be there?
And I only fly the nieces and nephews. That's all I care about.
Okay.
And they're all. I think there's 10 deep. I do it every vacation too. My summer vacation is with all my nieces and nephees.
That's awesome.
Well, you're the cool uncle.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in a position where I could do it. It's like, what am I going to do with this money? You know what I mean? Well, like, what am I going to do with it? I don't understand, like, people that have money and they're selfish with it. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. It's like these kids live the best life in Hawaii for a month, and it's like, what are you going to do when you die? There's no mall in heaven. It's like you don't see, God and go, hey, where's Neiman Marcus at?
Yeah. You might as well spend it on the people you love.
Yeah, man, that's what this is.
I want Joe to be our uncle.
I know, right?
Scary, turn me up a little bit. We have things to talk about.
Oh, let's talk.
First of all, here it is, Movember. You're already ready. You have the mustache and the beard ready.
Can I tell you why I grew my beard? And it wasn't for Movember. This is 100% the reason why.
Why is that?
My double chin.
Stop it.
I swear.
Well, now you have a furry double chin.
Yeah.
I
started yeah, you can't see. I have it, but when I shave, it's like I'm storing food down there.
Beards for men are like contouring for women. It changes your face. Like you were very cute before, and now it's like, ooh, zaddy with a beard.
Let's go.
Yeah.
But look at this. So I'm growing this mustache for Movember. I look like a drunk Walt Disney.
Yeah. I see that.
It's not good.
Your mustache looks fake. It looks like you barely stuck that on.
If you step back, you can't see it. Like if you go to the end of the room, you can't see it.
Oh, yeah, you can't even see it.
I'm doing it for a reason.
Yeah.
It's Movember.
Yeah. Your mustache from far away looks like you have chapped lips.
But do you know he does
It's
this?
like that guy needs Aquaphor.
Oh, my God.
He walks in the room and he will say, yeah, you see my mustache, I'm growing that because it's Movember. Like he tells everyone because he hates it.
You know what it's like, Joe, when you get like a zit And you want to point it out to them before they say something about it. And then they say, I wouldn't have noticed.
Yeah.
But they'd notice the mustache. I look like a creep, like I have a soundproof van out in the parking lot.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't need that.
You have a whole bag of dum-dums.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's the creepy lollipop. Anyone that has dum-dums, that's a creep.
Beware.
Yeah, hey, do you like root beer? What?
Never mind.
Never mind.
So let's talk about you. It's all about you, Joe.
It's all about us.
By the way, the day you were on with us on this Zoom room was just one of our best shows. We just loved your energy. We loved you. And there was, should we have him in? What if it just isn't as good?
Right.
But it's already 3 times better. Okay, so you have 4 specials.
I just noticed you have a mustache.
Shut up.
We already did that.
So you have 4 Netflix specials, correct?
Yes.
I loved In His Elements. I thought that was pretty awesome. Joe took us. If you haven't seen it yet, he will take you to Manila, the Philippines, where his family is from.
Yeah.
And does a show. Not only does he do a great show for everyone who speaks English in the audience.
Thank you.
Because they all speak English.
Yes.
He takes you onto the streets of Manila and you get to learn a lot about your culture.
Yes.
And you chose, well, you know what? This has to be different than just a stand-up comedy show.
Yeah.
I want it to be about my heritage. Talk about that.
Yeah. Well,
I love it.
You want to know the cool thing about that? Because a lot of people ask me, oh, he's just doing another thing about Filipinos. It's like, my mom has lived in this country for over 50 years. I got a lot of nurses that, in my family. They've been working in hospitals for over 50 years, saving lives, taking care of people, helping people, working 14 hours in the hospital. And then when they go home, they watch TV and they turn on the TV and watch a show about a hospital and not one Filipino is represented. Not one person is portrayed. And when you live here that long, you feel invisible, no representation. So when I had the opportunity to get an hour and either do another hour special on me, or I could talk about, my mom's culture and shine some light on who we are as a people, I wanted to do that. And the funny thing is I didn't get paid for that special. So yeah,
that's not funny at all. Nothing funny.
Yeah. So people don't know that I had an option to get paid, or I could do that and not get paid.
That's so cool.
Wow,
and that's what I did. And I never told anyone that, but that's why I did that.
Joe,
it's for my aunts and my uncles and everyone that lived here. So now they live in this country. And now they have an hour dedicated to them that they can just turn on.
Oh my gosh.
You need to know something about our show. I mean, and we know for a fact, it's beyond a fact, that we have more teachers and more nurses listening to our show than any other industry group or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
So right now, our Z100, especially here in New York, listeners are like, yes! Representation. Because I know every time I visit a friend in a hospital, every time I've been in a hospital, Filipinos are right there wiping me and making me feel good.
Yes.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen.
I think it's so cool.
And it's not just for Filipinos. I want that to be a blueprint. Like, I want everyone to celebrate their culture. You know what I mean? Like, and I think it's great. Like, one note that I couldn't stand in Hollywood is, oh, you're being too specific. And it's like, no, you're not being specific enough. The more we start talking about each other's cultures, we find out that we're actually very similar and very relatable. So, yeah, let's hear about it.
Let's talk about everybody. Let's talk about that now. So, Gandhi being from Indian culture, you being from Filipino culture, I wonder where we cross.
Well, I mean, to his point of what he just said, all of these shows about hospitals and doctors, Grey's Anatomy, Chicago, whatever, there are no Indian doctors. You go to a hospital, you got a bunch of Indian doctors, surgeons. They're the ones working on you, and we have no representation whatsoever. Yeah. And then when you toss someone in there, they're like, oh, you're pandering. You're trying to be woker than thou. Yeah. No, that's actually what the hospital looks like.
Yeah. Or how about a TV show about a radio station? I've never seen an Indian sidekick.
Neither have we.
I'm just saying. It's just like we don't. Like we're in this normalization. I don't mean to bring it here, but it's just like we don't need to do that anymore. It's like. The more we talk about each other, you'll find out that we're just all the same. Yeah. My mom is no different from your mom. That's what I tried to say on my special, my last one on Live at the Forum. It was just like there's no difference from my mom and
I'm in love with your mom, by the way. The way you set up there are 2 people in your life that you set up so beautifully on stage. It's your mom and your son. Let's start with your mom.
Yeah, my mom.
By the way, Danielle and Froggy and I are very white, and we are so well represented. Everywhere.
That's so good.
Just to let you know.
Yes.
Anyway, so back to your mom.
Yes.
There's a love affair, but in a mom-son way, between you and your mom. You just adore her.
Yeah.
And the perils of growing up with a mom like that.
Yeah.
Who just has the biggest heart in the world. And it means well, but sometimes missteps.
Always missteps.
All right.
Yeah, or steps on. Yeah. She's the best. I'm not going to, and I try, it's hard to explain to this generation, right? Like they're spoiled. They have everything in the palm of their hands. You know what I mean? Like
literally.
You can move to this country and be like, I'm from India, and just type in on Google, like, where can I find a bunch of Indian people like me where I can hang out? And it'll tell you places where to eat and all that. My mom moved to this country. She didn't have any of that. She literally, like, I said it as a joke on stage, but I remember sitting in church and my mom was just scouting people that were brown. Just to, when church was done, she would walk up to them, Filipino. Filipino. It just, whatever is brown, Filipino. No, Mexican, sorry. Sorry about that. You look Filipino, but sorry. And we laugh, but like, just imagine how hard that was for her to do that. She just wanted to find people that she can hang out with and talk her dialect with, you know what I mean?
Right.
And, yeah, so it's like they're cut from a different cloth, and this generation needs to respect that generation that came here and did that for them.
And what incredible things you're doing on stage and doing your special like you did in The Elements. What a great gift for your mom and other Filipinos.
Yeah.
Now, your son, I must say, you beat the living crap out of him on stage. I mean, I don't know, if my father was on stage saying the private things that went on in our four walls that you talk about with your son, I'm like, oh, Dad.
Yeah, that's a good impersonation. That was good. Dad.
What are you doing?
What are you doing, Dad? He works for me now?
He does?
Oh, God. It's so... the benefits of having your dad as the boss? It's like he's got job security. It's like,
can he ever get fired?
Check this out. So the first day of the job, I had to make up a position for him. He's my assistant's assistant, which is nothing, right? Okay. That's like no of no. It's like so he the first day he's in the green room with his legs up on the couch, and he's just. I'm like, oh, are you done? He's like, yeah, we finished early, Dad. I'm like, oh, okay. I go, you liking the job? He's like, yeah, I love it. I go, how's Jacob? You like Jacob? Oh, I love Jacob's great, Dad. And then he goes, you know what's crazy, Dad? Is even though Jacob's my boss, I'm his boss too. I'm like, no, Joe, you can't say that because Jacob was in the room. Completely disrespectful. I'm like, you can't say that, Joe. And he goes, what? I'm just joking. I was like, no, you can't say that. That's disrespectful. And I go, Jacob, do you like that when he says that? And he goes, no, he's been saying it all day. I'm like, well, he can't say that. So don't let him say that. You're his boss. He's like, all right, cool. I go, did you like it when he said it? He's like, no. I go, well, then what do you do if he says that next time? He goes, can I fire him? And I go, no. And then my son goes, I told you.
He's saying to him, do you know who my dad is?
Exactly. It's so funny though. But they're great. He's the best. I'm telling you, he's incredible. My son, he works his butt off.
But let's be very clear. And I know this material, and as you have described to Nate, material you do when we see it on Netflix, it's been around for a while. Yeah. It's not brand. This isn't like headline news from today.
Yeah.
You go on the stage and talk about your son's penis size.
Yeah.
Does he tell you, don't do that?
No. No.
A lack of penis size.
Yeah.
It's like
girth. There's no girth.
I know.
Girth. Don't forget girth.
I know, and I know it's your dad. You love him. He knows you love him. But you go out there and do this on stage in front of millions and quadrillions on Netflix. Yeah. And has he ever looked at you and go, Dad, really? What are you doing? Or is he cool with it? He's like, yes.
No, he's been watching me for a long time, and the one thing that I always do is make sure I make fun of myself. If I'm going to make fun of anyone, I make sure I go in on myself 10 times harder, and then I'll go in on somebody. But if I can make fun of myself, then you better be able to laugh at yourself.
It's all about the storytelling.
Yeah.
And people, we've had some great comedians and entertainers sit in that chair, and even if it's through music or through comedy, it's your way of weaving together a story.
Yeah.
And it really isn't jokes. It's not like a list of jokes.
Yeah.
It's just real life
That's
stuff.
so cool that you said that, because that is literally what I fell in love with when I was a kid. I fell in love with the storytellers. So it was Richard. There's another guy that I loved was Doug. Oh God, Doug. Oh God, I forgot his name now. Wolf.
What does he do? Rhymes with.
It's Wolf. His last name was Wolf.
Dick
but
Wolf.
He passed away though, and but he was a teacher, and he talked about his class, and I was so addicted to watching him, how he talked about his students and how he would become his students, and then he would be the teacher, and I just love that interaction and watching it. Like you can actually see the sitcom on stage,
Dennis Wolfberg?
Dennis Wolfberg.
I didn't know that. I Googled it.
The Indian for the win.
Yes.
Thank you.
So fast with this.
Dennis
computer.
Wolfberg was so amazing. Rest in peace. I never got to see him live, but I loved watching him talk about, being a teacher. And yeah, it was so cool. So, but that's what I enjoyed. I love seeing stories being told. Louis Anderson with his mom and his brother, just that style. So that was always my thing.
It is the storytelling. I mean, if you go back and look, and a lot of people on the show probably don't remember, but in the days of the old Tonight Show, like Johnny Carson and all the big comedians he would have on, the comedians would rarely come on and talk about being a normal human being in this world, like having a family full of nurses or having a family full of teachers, whatever. Now it's like, if you're not talking real, then I really don't understand what you're talking about.
I'm with you. Yeah, comedy is subjective, right? So it's like there's different genres of comedy. It's just like music. There's rock, rap, there's country, and it's the same thing with comedy. There's political, there's puppets, there's clowns, there's storytellers, there's musical. So it's all subjective. It's just I prefer storytelling. I love watching Eddie Murphy talk about his Aunt Bunny falling down the stairs.
There you go.
That to me is funny.
By the way, let's talk about your film career, shall we? Easter Sunday.
Which is on Blu-ray now.
It's on Blu-ray.
How cool is that?
It's on Betamax.
No, it's on Blu-ray.
Blu-ray's
and
cool.
I thought they stopped making that. Yeah. And then I was in Target and it's on the shelf next to Brad Pitt. I was like, hey. And then it had bonus features. I was like, what?
There's something.
Is there a Blockbuster in town?
There's something you don't understand. I don't know. Do you know that you have a promo team that sends out to talk about and celebrate the fact that Easter Sunday is on Blu-ray?
Yes.
They sent out these promo kits.
Yeah, Universal.
We got one.
Oh, what?
Wait, hold on.
Hey!
It's the Joe Coy Easter Sunday. Look, it's all gummy candies.
Oh,
I don't know if they're
awesome.
And also these.
Yes, those are Filipino candies.
They're like Malamars.
But they're not. They're called Choco Mallows. What a ripoff.
Yeah.
Wait, what are these though? These are like Filipino candies as well? What
Filipino chocolate.
Choc nut.
Yeah, choc nut.
They used to call me that in high school.
Yeah, they called you a lot of things.
I know, but they also had these incredible cheese rings. They're like Cheetos, but they're round.
But is that what you came in with yesterday?
Yes, but the cheese powder isn't like Cheetos. It's sweeter.
We love sugar in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Oh, yeah.
I love them so much. I was getting that powder all over my
Your
fingers.
fingertips, yeah. You saved it till later.
Never watch porn after eating those.
No, don't watch porn. Wait, what part? The fingertips or the onion rings?
Yes.
What are you doing?
There's girth involved. What's that, Scary?
They could have sent over some Jollibee.
We love Jollibee.
Oh, wow.
That's one of his clients.
This guy.
Oh.
I know that started in the Philippines.
Yeah, they're amazing. Yeah, they're good. Yes.
So, okay.
I hate you so much. I'm sorry.
He will sell anything.
Yeah.
So, just turning us on, Joe Coy is with us. Now, tomorrow night, a big night, because Joe is headlining at Madison Square Garden, part of the New York Comedy Festival. We do a concert there every year, and it sells out in like 2 seconds. I mean, it's a big...
Humble brag.
I know.
Humble brag.
I know. It's cool. It's good.
Yeah, it is cool.
But, Madison Square Garden, that's kind of old hat for us.
Wow.
Not for me. I'm still impressed every time we go.
Second humble brag.
No, I can't imagine what it's like performing and doing your thing there. I mean, at the end of the day, Joe, it's a round room. It's a room.
Yeah.
It's a room with lights and seats and microphones, but there's something else going on in a room like that. Yeah. What is that? How do you describe it to us who probably don't understand it?
I mean, Muhammad Ali fought there, The Jacksons performed there. when Michael Jordan retired from basketball, all he could talk about was going back to Madison Square Garden. He couldn't even talk about Chicago. He was like, I can't wait to play at Madison Square Garden. Like, that's how iconic Madison Square Garden is. It's the holy grail for any performer, from Elton John to the Beatles to you.
Shut up. Now you're being a jerk.
No, I'm joking.
We don't perform. We introduce the performers. But when you walk out on this, it's hard to say what you're going to feel until you're there tomorrow.
Yeah.
When you walk out on that stage, what are you anticipating will be going through your mind, your heart?
I don't know. I don't know.
You got to take a moment, though.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be so weird.
This is crazy.
It's going to be so weird. Yeah. Like, when I played, by the way, here's a humble brag for you. First comic to sell out the Forum 4 times.
Right.
And my name is written on the wall. So when you walk down the Forum, you see every name that's Eagles, AC/DC, Jacksons. It's down this wall, and then you see my name on that wall. And it's like, I remember that first time when I got on that stage, it was just like my heart was pounding out of my chest. And I don't know how it's going to be at Madison Square Garden. I think my heart's going to probably fall out on the ground. You know what I mean? It's just going to come out of my body.
Well, as long as it doesn't fall out of your butt. Actually, that would be great.
I could say goodnight if that happened.
I'm going to ask you kind of a serious question. When you walk out onto the stage tomorrow night at Madison Square Garden, it's going to be loud.
Yeah.
Because, we're all your fans. We love what you do. Are you actually going to be able to say to yourself, you know what, Joe, you really deserve this?
Aww.
You really can you say that to yourself when you know that your fans are moved by what you say? Do you realize that you deserve it? I
don't know. I've never even said that to myself before. That's a great question. Because I'm never happy, Like the minute I say goodnight, all I'm thinking about is the next show. It's like it starts back at zero again. It's a horrible feeling.
It's almost like you're afraid to stop. It'll catch up with you.
It is I'm not even joking. It's a horrible feeling because it's such like I can't sleep. Like people, the people that went to the show get to go to bed, but I don't. I'm literally like looking at the wall like my blood's racing, my heart's pounding. I'm going over everything. I love it, but it's almost like, it's very healthy, but it's just like, how do it's like this constant, like I have to get back on stage now. Like I have to get back on stage because I need that feeling again. I don't sleep. Everyone will tell you I don't sleep. I'm up till like 3 a.m, 4 a.m, like thinking about the routine, what I said, and
Well, that's what makes you stupendous at what you do.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe.
Yeah, I get. Yeah.
Are you afraid if you slept, it would all just come crumbling down?
Yeah, I do. I really do. It takes a lot for me to fall asleep. Because I'm constantly in my head. I'm constantly thinking. Like your mustache is bothering me.
It's bothering me.
And that was the beginning of the show.
Joe, I know you've got things to do. You got to get rolling. But a few things I want to share with you from the outside world, outside this room. And the texts are, love Joe Coy. Been following him since the beginning of his career. He reps Filipinos better than anyone in our culture. Break a leg at the Garden. I cannot say Mabuhay Joy.
Mabuhay.
Mabuhay. I've screwed that up.
Yeah.
We have some talkbacks. If you listen to us on the iHeartRadio app, you can actually talk back. Dare I play these without monitoring them first?
Yeah, I think we should monitor them.
Hold on.
I was so excited when I heard that you were having Joe Coy on your show. However, he starts at the same time I have to start teaching my class.
Aww.
He is so hysterical. Every time I listen to him, I laugh so hard, and I worry that I might pee my pants.
Pee your pants.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Here's another one.
And somebody please let Joe Coy know that I want to meet him. I'm one of his biggest fans. He will be in Charlotte in March. I'm still going to be there, but I would love to meet him.
Done.
You were just in Tulsa, were you not?
Done. Yeah, I was in Tulsa.
People were texting from Tulsa saying they loved your show.
That show was incredible. We got that on tape. I went in on Tulsa.
What makes a show incredible? Is it something you can describe?
I ad-lib a lot, so I go in on the, for like 40 minutes, just like improvising, and that night I was on fire. Like that was one of those nights. We have it on tape where I even said, I think I need to shoot a special here in Tulsa.
Wow.
It was that incredible. Huh, Josh?
So
it was incredible.
So you and Tulsa and Sylvester Stallone, his new show is based there. Tulsa's getting all the action. But what makes you kind of crazy about an audience? What can they do that kind of drives you nutty?
Nothing. I'll pull it out of them. You know, I don't want them to do anything but enjoy the show. But it just happens organically, like that. You'll feel it too when it's organic. And then there's shows where it's not organic, where it's too much, and you're just like, oh, I'm not feeling this right here.
This is a very personal thing to you. I mean, it's connected to you emotionally.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, it is.
It has to be. That's what makes you so great. Oh. Or whatever it is you are on that night.
I just love stand-up so much. I really do.
Well, having you here has just been quite the gift.
Ah.
I mean, you really are amazing. And break all legs you can find at Madison Square Garden tomorrow night.
Do you know why they say break a leg?
Yes.
I do too. Do you?
I have no idea.
Do you?
No.
When you audition for a show, they say break a leg because if you do, you're in a cast, so you'll be part of the cast.
Oh my God.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't the story I heard.
What did you hear?
I like yours
if
much
it's
better.
something about girth, I'm going to be so mad. What is yours?
Break my girth. No, it was actually that. It was close to that. It's been around for many, many years.
Yeah,
even before me and my Walt Disney mustache.
Yeah.
So could you say like break an arm, break a hip, and it all is the same thing because you're in a cast?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it just doesn't sound as cool as break a leg.
It really doesn't.
Fine.
Yeah, I feel like if you said break a hip, people would turn back and go, I don't like you.
Right. I'm too young to break a hip.
Right, exactly.
So, Joe Coy, by the way, you can find 4 different stand-up specials. One of them, of course, from Philippines, Manila.
Yeah.
But also the latest one, as he was describing, being at LA Forum. That's the new one that's currently streaming. And
that's been nominated for a People's Choice Award.
Oh, you can vote, by the way.
You can vote right now, you guys.
How do we vote? Let's
just go to my link, or just go to People's Choice Awards link.
Do a search.
Go to my Instagram, JOKOY, and go to my link there. I have the link for it. Just vote, man. I'm just honored that they nominated that special. I love Who's With Me in that category, and that special, that's my favorite hour ever.
Wow. So why would you not vote for that?
Yeah.
So just figure it out. You're smart. You listen to us. You'll figure out how to vote for People's Choice Awards. Joe Coy. It's called LA. It's live from LA Forum. I do believe.
How cool is that?
But there are
title?
3 other shows on Netflix. I want you to watch these. I've watched all of them.
Oh, thank you.
And I just think you're so great.
I love you.
We love that you guys and all of you spent the time to come see us today.
Of course. I'm happy. I'd much rather be in here than Zoom. I hate Zoom. That's so dumb.
I know.
That's so dumb.
I'd rather get you on Zoom than not get you at all, though. But you did come in. Joe Coy, thank you so much.
I will always come in here.
Thank you for being here.
I love you.
And, as I you. Next time you see me, this mustache will be gone.
No, I won't. I won't see that. It won't grow.
Burned into his brain.
Can we give a standing ovation to Joe Coy?
Yay!
Thank you, Joe.
I love you.
Come back and see us.